Breaking news. Military forces have been attacked on the morning of January 30th, 1968. The Viet Cong militia band attacked South Vietnam and 13 cities of the operation called the Tet Offensive. Many people were killed, up to 58,000 people. North Vietnam brought 70,000 soldiers for a surprise treaty-breaking attack. Many people thought this was going to be a peace during the New Year's of lunar calendar, because North Vietnam had called the truce for saying the days where they should not be attacked on this day. We agreed not to attack, but apparently North Viet Cong did not want to honor the treaty. Today we have an eyewitness to talk about what happened in South Vietnam.
Good morning, America. We have two eyewitnesses from the Vietnam War that fought in June. How was it?
Well, the war is bad. People's emotion, they were crying because they want to go home. They miss their parents, all the family, friends. There's these young kids, they're 18 years old, going to the war, fighting the Viet Cong, Vietnamese people. So it's emotion. It's sad.
What was the Tet Offensive?
The Tet Offensive was very kind of shocking because it was during the Lunar New Year, and people were expecting to have a joyous and wonderful day and have enjoyments of the New Year, and people with North Vietnam, the Viet Cong, came and attacked South Vietnam and all the army bases and cities, blindsiding everyone completely and killing thousands and thousands of people.
Thank you. Last question. Which did you believe was a greater issue of tension in the anti-war community?
Well, the people were anti-war because they thought the war was wrong, which was the core. I think opposed American involvement in Vietnam, period. Not just sending troops, but the bombing. I think thought that was the central core. The anti-war protests were huge, and I think large measure because people didn't want to go.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And thank you, Jimmy, for coming out today, and thank you, Desiree, for interviewing us. Now, that's all we have for now, so please come on to the wedding. Alright, thanks, my brother. Now on to the wedding. As you see today, we are having a high chance of thunderstorms and raining. It is supposed to storm, but yet school is not canceled, even though it's very dangerous outside. Thanks, school.
Tell me when. Okay, my name is Raul Valdez. I served in Vietnam. I was a sergeant in the Marine Corps. I am 71 years old. I was born August 20th, 1944. I served in Vietnam for 14 months. And how I feel, it was a waste. We didn't gain anything. We lost everything. We didn't have a purpose going in for what the reason we were going in there, and we just made a mess of it. And I just totally disagree. At the time, I didn't because I didn't know what was going on. We were just drafted and sent over there, and we didn't know what was happening over here. The news of people were protesting against the Vietnam War, but then again, we were over there. We weren't listening to the news, so we had no idea what was going on. Until when I got back, I flew into San Francisco, and they were protesting in San Francisco. And it was not a very good experience. Now that I'm older, I can see what some of the actions by a lot of the veterans, a lot of the problems, mental problems they're going through, because it was not a good war. And we didn't win, we didn't lose. I figure we lost, and we were not led. It was never a declared war. In other words, it was a conflict, and there's a difference. When there's a war, then you can go all out, and this was a conflict, which were a lot of restrictions of what we could and couldn't do. So that in itself held us back from doing what we really needed to do and take over the country, which we never did.